today and how to create them and also how to find probability from them. So I am dropping a link in the chat that I would like you to click on. All right. So yesterday we talked about how we can use tree diagrams to organize our possible outcomes from a compound event. And there are several pages of this, so we can all go to different pages. But the problem says, sketch a tree diagram to represent the sample space of rolling a number cube and tossing a coin. So the first thing I would like you to do is sketch the tree diagram. So what would that look like? And you're going to use the pen tool to help you draw your lines however you decide to do it. Let's start there. All right, so let's sketch a tree diagram of all of the possible outcomes from rolling a number cube and tossing a coin. I just want to see the tree diagram. So remember, we are flipping a coin and rolling a cube. Okay, let me stop you for just a second. So if I am flipping a coin and rolling a cube, okay, that is one event together. So I would have flipping coin and rolling cube. That is my event, correct? So let's say, since there's more sides to the cube, I'm going to start with my cube. How many different outcomes are there on that cube? Right, there are 6. So I'm going to make 6 branches, and I can roll a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. Correct? So I've taken care of rolling the cube. I have represented that. Now I need to represent flipping the coin on the same tree diagram. So if I roll a 1, what possibilities do I have after I flip the coin? Right, heads or tails, okay? So I see some of you are doing separate tree diagrams, but we're talking about one compound event. They go together on the same tree diagram. So you're either going to start with listing all of your outcomes for rolling the cube, or all of the outcomes for flipping a coin, and then do more branches off of those outcomes for the other part of the event, okay? So if you have 2 separate tree diagrams right now, or like I think this is Monica's here, all you've shown me is heads or tails. We're not flipping 3 coins, we're flipping a coin and rolling a die, okay? So I need to see that represented on our tree diagrams. All right, so go ahead and let's see how we can fix these. Much better, Monica. Looking better, Jada. Monica, you forgot a tail. Oh, you found it. You saw it right before I said it. All right. All right, good, Jada. Good, Monica. All right, so let me go ahead and finish mine off here. Looking good so far, Daniel. All right, I know some of us are still working on ours. So I'll give you just a few more minutes. All right, so if we look at our tree diagram, how many possible outcomes do we have from this? How many possible outcomes do we have? Nope, from our tree diagram. So if I count my outcomes, we're close. Let me teach you a trick, okay? Instead of tracing the branches, count how many outcomes are on the bottom row. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, let me ask you this question. How many outcomes are there for flipping a coin? Right? How many outcomes are there for rolling a standard cube? 6. What operation do I do with 2 and 6 to get 12? So we're going to talk more about this tomorrow, but this word and is important, okay? So we'll talk about how we did that tomorrow, or how I did that. So we have 12 different outcomes. What is the probability of flipping heads with any number? Yariel saying 50%. So 6 out of 12. Remember, when we do probability, it's a fraction, a decimal, or a percent, okay? So yes, it shows up 6 times, but out of how many outcomes? Okay, so 6/12. What is the probability of rolling a 1? Right, we can say 1/6 or 2 out of how many outcomes? 12, because I can do a 1 with a heads or a 1 with the tails. And what is the probability of an even number? Okay, 3/6 or 6/12 or 1/2. Either one of those would be an appropriate answer, okay? What is the probability of a prime number? Nope, not 1/2. You're close though. Nope, not 3/6. You're getting close though. So what is a prime number? Or let me ask this. Out of, oops, let me change my color here. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's not a number greater than 1. It has something to do with the number 1 though. Out of these 6 numbers, how many of them are prime? Or which ones are prime? It multiply, or only multiples are 1 and itself. So if we look at these 6 numbers, which ones are prime? Which ones only have a factor of 1 and itself? Two, 3, 5, and you're missing one of them. Seven's not an option. Ariel fixed it. It is 4, 6 because 1 is also a prime number. Okay. So 4, 6 or 8/12 or 2/3 would be the correct answer. Any questions about tree diagrams? Okay. Let's talk about your assignments for today. Before we do that, I'm going to talk to you about Bubble.us. Okay. You are going to use this for several assignments coming up. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to have to sign up, and if you click on this Google button, it'll just go straight through your Google account. And we're going to close that. All right, so if you are asked, like on this assignment you're doing today, to make a tree diagram, in Bubble.us, you are going to click the plus sign to start a new one. And this is going to be your starting point. So let's say that I want to do a tree diagram for this scenario we just did. I'm going to click in the box. I'm going to type what I want. And then you are going to either click to the right or down to make a branch. So since we had 6 numbers on the cube, I'm going to do this to make my 6 branches. Okay, going across. Now to do my flip of a coin, I'm going to click down and I'm going to do heads, click right, and do tails. And now here is 1/6 of my tree diagram complete. And I'm going to do the same thing for each of these. And if you forget how to do this, there is a video attached to the assignment that shows you how, okay? Heads, tails, heads, oops, not Y, heads, and tails. All right, so here is my completed diagram, and you can drag all these babies all around and put them wherever you want them. Okay. Oops. And then in the assignment, it tells you to take a screenshot and put it in. So you're going to make sure I can see your entire tree diagram. If you need to zoom out, you can. There is a zoom button here that'll allow you to adjust it. And then you take your screenshot and you attach it where it tells you to in the assignment. So on this assignment, the using tree diagrams, it is on the second slide. On this other assignment called stretch, it's going to go right here in this big space, okay? And then if you want to save it, you can. Otherwise, you can click the X and it goes away, okay? Any questions about how to use bubble.s? And like I said, there is a video here that shows you how to do it if you forget whenever you get to the assignment. All right, so for this first one, you are going to spin this 5-section spinner twice, and you need to make a tree diagram. So your first row, I should see all the options on the spinner. And then the second row, I should see, like say coming off of 1, all of the options I could spin the second time around, okay? So from 1, I would see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if I were to do that, here's 1, and I could do 1, 3, 4, 5, okay? So coming off of my 1 are all of the options that I could get on my second spin. Okay. And then you're going to do the same thing for 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And then cut. Screenshot, paste it here. Then you're going to use it to construct a probability model recording the product. Okay. Oh, geez. Yeah. So doing the product. Okay. So if I look at this, I know I can have a product of 1, a product of 2, 3, 4, and 5. Probability of each. And then answer those 4 questions. So remember, I'm looking for a fraction, okay? Answer the 2 questions. Answer the questions. These are all going to be about your tree diagram that you construct, okay? On stretch, you have colored beads in a cup. The first one is blue, purple, green. The second one is yellow, garnet, blue, and green. And you are going to make a tree diagram for that. So cup 1, cup 2, and then answer the 2 questions about probabilities using your tree diagram. Any questions about your assignments for today? As you're working, if you think of anything, just let me know, and I will be here until 10:15. Otherwise, you all have a great day. Remember, science is just office hours if you have questions today or need help with anything. Bye, Anelli. Bye, Mariana. Bye, Yariel. Bye, Monica.